It is a refinery
There's a refinery and coffee bill that wanted an exemption, and so they're looking, again, it's one of those situations where we're addressing the state legislation rather than letting a local entity, Coffeyville County, manage their economic development to a point that says, hey, you know, in order for us to maintain these jobs, we need to do this, and then the local folks can say, yeah, let them go, or keep it.
Or abate it some other way.
Or abate it some, whatever, yeah, I mean, that's the challenge, it doesn't impact everyone, so, you know, on the machinery and equipment, we were fortunate in Gardner per se, but a lot of the other communities took a hit. I know the school district took a hit on machinery and equipment, for example, when it disappeared, and there was going to be a flow back, but then.
Why did the city take a hit on it?
We didn't take much of a hit.
We didn't have that much commercial stuff to exempt.
Personal stuff to exempt.
Under
machinery
machinery and stuff, we never had anything really then.
So, is what we're talking, I guess I'm not sure, is that addressed in our legislative agenda right now?
Well, yes, we're indicating that,
With the county.
yes, and that is going with the county. It's under, sales tax, under 2.
So it's
Machinery and
2B, that
equipment opposes changes in the definitions that would decrease the tax.
Okay, 2B, okay.
Because if you change the definition, we end up with less.
And that keeps it pretty broad, in case they come with
If
good
that
ideas.
Any other ideas, while they're up there, to change it.
And they will.
So going back to item number 13, are we clear on the ag portion of our concerns legislatively?
So is it a new item or
Well,
what is
it
it?
is.
I think it's a new
I
item.
think it's a new item,
Definitely.
so we can be a little more unique
Okay.
issue, yes.
Essentially,
It's going to be largely the same though, won't it? I mean, I'm not following,
I don't
I'm
think
sorry.
so.
I don't mean to be dead.
It's, the agricultural thing is an on-off switch. It's either agricultural or it's, you know, it's residential or commercial, right? And this other thing that it's already in there is not a one thing or the other. It's just a matter of.
oh, I see what you're saying, Laura, you're saying it's a burden of proof in appraisal hearings. If the appraisal
Whatever
of
they're
ag says,
challenging.
I'm challenged, I'm
challenging
the
ag,
appraiser, I'm
challenging-
challenging this,
Right.
this ag, it's not ag, it's commercial,
Right.
then this is how we go through the process. I see what you're,
But it doesn't address that.
it doesn't say it specifically as
Anything,
ag.
it's anything you want to
Same
change.
process.
I would
It's
say
any-
just make it, yeah.
And also,
Make
this is the
adjustments.
county's thing that it's
No.
been arguing over, I think, for several
Right.
terms. And our thing is new. I mean, the agricultural.
11's not the county. 11's been added.
11 was in your.
That was by us
That was
last
our
year.
By us
That was
last
our
year. And the
So
reason
that's what
why
it,
it's that.
yeah, I remember
It
it's
was.
coming, no, it's coming back. What we did
I went
was
back and looked at last year's legislation.
we made it generic
Number
as
15.
opposed to just specific to agriculture, we made it generic.
So
To
we're changing-
all
Right.
challenges.
I think we should reverse that this year and make a specific one for the ag.
Yeah, I need to be
I agree with
specific.
that.
Okay, so 11 is going to be modified, last year it was generic, it's going to be modified to specifically address agriculture.
Yeah, but this says Gardner supports Johnson County's request to change the law. So that originated from Johnson County. That wasn't our deal.
And the reason why, and I printed off the whole thing. The
Yeah.
reason why is because we have no ability to do appraisals. The county does the appraisal per statute, and that's why they're the only ones, I mean, we can stomp up and down and chase property challenges all we want to, but it's not ours to challenge. It still has to go to the appraiser.
Right.
So the county's already fought this battle. That's what last year was about. County's already fought the battle, and they were basically told, go fly a kite. But what you were saying last year is, yes, we're right there with you, county. We agree this is wrong. Fight some more.
Well, we may have agreed to that, but that's not the issue that we're talking about tonight.
Okay.
It's a separate issue, which is people are fraudulently claiming agricultural use to get a tax rate that is a fraction of residential or commercial property.
And the only thing I'm saying is you, Councilman Vodovich, as Councilman Vodovich,
Yeah.
or even as Citizen Larry,
Yeah.
cannot do anything about that
Well,
without
this is
going
exactly
to
the
the
argument.
appraiser.
This is exactly the debate Mike Preston and I had, and I said, exactly, you're helping me make my case. That's why this is a legislative agenda item. we have to go to the legislature and say, this is hurting us. It's helping, I mean, let's face it, it helps the politicians at the high level because, there's lots of land out there that a lot of people probably want agricultural use on that's, you know, really meant to be developed for other businesses.
Why don't we make this simple and just add an item and
Yeah.
push forward?
I guess my only question is, who do you want to challenge then?
I think what Laura's saying is the verbiage from, shifting the burden of proof in appraisal hearings, whether it's commercial, which I understand is 11, it's still the same process, right?
Right.
We all agree, we want them to specifically
You want Johnson
target
County to
ag.
challenge it.
What I want is, I want penalties for fraudulent claims of agricultural use. That's what I want. I want the appraiser to be able to challenge, with pictures or other evidence, and I want citizens to be able to, present their case to the appraiser.
On
And
somebody
put the
else's
onus,
property?
yeah, put the onus on him to say, hey, I'm looking at, I mean.
I don't know.
I
I
don't know
don't
about that
think
part. I think you had two good hits,
I
the last
do
one
too.
to strike.
Well, the issue now is that you would have, I mean, assuming that the first two bullets are good, that means that the appraiser has to find all the, you know, all the fraud, and that's not gonna happen.
Otherwise, we need to go back
I
to
mean,
number 10, carry
I
conceal.
mean, the bottom line is, right now, you should not be able to fraudulently claim agricultural use, tax rate. But who's doing anything about it? The appraiser's hands are tied because he can't question, it's my understanding, the lease or the use of the, and, you know, all he has to do is he gets, I guess, an affidavit from somebody saying, I'm using that property for agricultural use, give me a lower tax rate.
Well, then, I guess in that case, then there are civil remedies. I mean, if we chose to challenge it, I suppose we could take it to court.
It's not an, I mean,
I think we did, I mean, really, we need to push for legislation that closes the loopholes that allow this to happen.
Right.
It's not a matter of finding people out there taking advantage at this point. You need to close that door so they can't, and then people that come in and purchase these lands can't do that elsewhere. They can't hold on to them under farm appraisals until development bounces back and they can build houses on it, which is what's happening.
Five statutes that would prevent
Abuse of ag.
abuse
Well,
of
fraudulent.
agricultural designation.
And if they establish statutes, and then I'm to establish remedies.
I guess, yeah, instead of modify, it would be established statutes. That would permit abuse of agricultural designation and establish remedies to be administered by the county appraiser. Are they all county appraisers or just the appraisers, the official appraiser?
I think
Whatever.
it's appraiser, and then the rest is under his directive and staff.
Okay.
I mean, he is the county appraiser.
Does that work? Establish statutes that would prevent abuse of agricultural designation and establish remedies to be administered by the county appraiser.
I think abuse is a little ambiguous. I think you should say, prevent fraud.
Proper designation.
Well, what determines fraudulent? I hear what you're saying, but I'm just,
Well-
as a devil's advocate, what's the requirement that tells me that I'm being fraudulent as a farmer?
Well,
Well, I
today
mean,
you're not,
I-
because you're probably adhering to what the process.
That's my.
Well, I could show you a vacant lot in Spring Hill, I know the exact location, where that property owner is, all of a sudden, friends of mine who live, you know, in the same cul-de-sac, said a bale of hay, a big round bale of hay showed up, and ostensibly, it was not harvested there. So, you know, why was that hay bale delivered on a residential lot? I'm sure if we went to the tax records, we could identify that lot is being appraised as agricultural property.
So you're telling me that working ranch he has to have his own alfalfa field, and he can't have hay delivered to him? and therefore that's
Yeah, I mean,
fraudulent.
that's,
But I don't think,
We're
I don't think.
No, we're not trying to
Yeah,
write
we're not
legislation,
wanting to-
I'm just saying we'd like it to be
Yeah,
at the forefront of
it's
legislation.
fraud.